Greetings, everybody, and hello. I'm Omar Moore, host of the Politicrat Daily Podcast. I hope you are well. It is Tuesday, August the 31st, 2021, and this brief video is going to be for California voters. We are now exactly 2 weeks away from the last day to vote in the California recall election. Now, I just wanted to inform you of the approach that you really should be taking to this particular recall election. Now, everybody by now, if they are a registered California voter, should have received their ballot through the mail. Now, there's two things you can do. Either you can fill out the ballot that you have received in the mail and mail it off right away, or take that ballot that is completed and signed back to your precinct where you vote, generally speaking, if you choose to, or you can choose to forego opening your ballot and filling it out, and instead going now early, if you wish, in person to vote in person at your precinct. In many parts of the state of California, you can go directly to your voting precinct, check to see if yours is available for early voting, and you can do that. You can vote early. You can do that in person. You can do that by mail, as I described a few moments ago. Of course, we're still in the midst of a pandemic, so that is something you might want to consider. Mail in your vote, which is what a lot of people do here in California. And you can do that if you choose. And of course, if you want to do this in person, then you can also, as I say, go in person if your precinct is open. Remember to take a look at that before you go. Now, what I want to do is let you know about the procedure here. Now, look, you probably have received this at some point and you probably read through it, but I just want to quickly say that the approach to this recall election is very, very simple indeed. You are going to be asked one question on your ballot, and that question is, should Gavin Newsom be recalled as the governor of California? That's pretty much what the question is. I've already voted. I early voted for this election here in California. And it's a really simple question is, should Gavin Newsom be recalled? You answer yes or no. Now, look, my advice, my very strong advice is for you to answer no. Vote no on this recall. And once you've voted no, you turn in your ballot and be done, and you're finished. It's literally a 30-second process. If that, literally, it's the one question, and that's the only question you need to answer. No, nothing else. You just fill out the no bubble. There are different approaches. I know that there's sometimes in some precincts there are electronic scantron sheets or electronic touch screens. In San Francisco, there's a choice between the touch screen and the actual filling in the bubble, which I prefer to do because it's always, to me, I'd much rather fill anything out on paper rather than electronics, because as we know, electronics can be all kinds of crazy. And I trust paper and pen. I'm the old-fashioned person who does that. So I strongly recommend that if you are going to vote in person, to vote on paper. I think pretty much every precinct across the 58 counties of California allows for some form of paper voting. And if there aren't any in some counties, then maybe it's electronic, then you go with that. But I think in every county in the state, you do have an option, and certainly you should have paper, a paper ballot, so you can just fill out the no circle. And once you fill out that no circle, that is all you need to do. You just turn your ballot in and you're done. That is all you have to do. So that's really all I have to say about this particular recall election. Vote no. And again, you just fill out that question and that's it. Nothing more needs to be done. Once you've voted no, you turn your ballot in. There are now exactly 2 weeks to vote You can vote anytime before September the 14th. September the 14th, rather, is exactly the actual last day that you can vote. So my advice would be to vote early. Next week, of course, I guess it's September the 6th, which is a Monday, you've got Labor Day. My strong advice is to vote before Monday, September the 6th. Because what happens with a lot of people, I think, is that they're away on holiday, they come back after Labor Day, they're kind of in this kind of post Labor Day holiday funk or haze or whatever it might be. And then they forget, oh, there's an election the following week, and they forget. And then, the time goes by, the opportunity to vote is gone. So, my strongest advice for you is to do this early. Okay.